Last time we saw Snoopy, we ran a couple passes at the shootout. After those passes, we determined that we probably broke something in the transmission.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tear into it and kind of diagnose what's wrong, and
get a plan on what we need to fix, replace, or upgrade.
On this episode, we're fixing Snoopy's transmission.
Let's go.
Whoa! All right, start it up.
We're 99% sure that we broke the center diff. It's a pretty common failure in these cars when you run sub 12s, but we wanted to check everything just to make sure.
So it probably does it under load. When we're pushing the car around, just like on the ground, there's like a clunk in the right side, and it's got to be the center diff. It does it more when you turn, but it definitely has to have load on it.
Yeah.
Like when we loaded it up in the trailer, it was like clunk, clunk, clunk. So, I mean, let's raise it up and look at CVs and stuff, see if there's anything we can CC. Cool. But yeah, we'll take a look underneath. Yeah, there's fluid everywhere.
Yeah. But is it coming from this beautiful RTV job that somebody
I
did?
mean, it could very well be.
Oh, this is the transmission that we never opened up.
No, we got this transmission off the back of someone's porch in the hills of Cincinnati for $200. And the only thing we did to it was change the fluid.
And painted it.
And we painted it. Yeah.
So I'm not super surprised if something internally said bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with the fluid that's everywhere and the power that this thing's making, I think we need a transmission stat.
We made the short trip up to TRE in Michigan to drop off the transmission. John was kind enough to let us watch him tear it down and make sure it was a good candidate for a build. All right, I got the call from John over at TRE earlier this week saying my transmission's done and ready to be picked up. I was planning on going tomorrow with my father-in-law to help me lift it up and do all that stuff, but tomorrow we're supposed to be getting some pretty bad weather. So I was able to cut out of work early today and I'm gonna make the trek alone. Let's hit it. This thing looks amazing. John did a great job and we can't wait to pop the puppy in. So back to Indiana, and we'll get to work on swapping out the transmission.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Dave looks so good, but when did you order that transmission?
I emailed the guy yesterday. I said, I need this transmission stat.
Yeah.
I don't know what's taking him so long, but...
That was fast.
Very.
Wow.
Let's get to work.
The fluid that's coming out of this is really gray.
Sparkly.
It sparkles.
Yeah,
I think you need a new transmission.
I agree.
Good thing that kind doctor brought us one.
The real heroes today.
Yeah. So there's also not a lot of fluid that came out. So we definitely lost a lot when whatever broke. So that's wow. Look at that. That is, it looks like liquid aluminum. We've got the broken transmission out. Here it is. It came from there. Ooh, nice clutch.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna eat some pizza.
It's good.
And then we'll put the new one in.
Perfect.
All right, so we've got the new transmission prepped, but let's talk about what this transmission is. As you saw, someone was taking this thing apart. That was John from TRE. This is a TRE transmission. We had, on the Blue Hornet, it came with an Evo 2 transmission. And it wouldn't go into 5th gear, so back in Snoopy 1.0.
We just set it off to the side and we were gonna deal with it later. We got this other transmission that's been running in Snoopy ever since.
Yeah, so this has just been sitting, and we thought, well, if we're gonna have a transmission built, it should be the Evo transmission. So we took this up to John, he took it apart. We told him what our goals were, our turbo, our setup, everything, and he built this for us. So this thing is ready to rock. So we just transferred our brackets over from the old transmission and greased everything up, tightened everything, torqued it, and it's ready to go back in. So
Time to reassemble.
time to reassemble.
Let's go.
Huh?
I didn't even know what to do with it.
Oh, okay. All right, the transmission is in. Everything's bolted back up and in, so now we're just doing fluids. We've got to do the transmission fluid and oil. And what aren't we supposed to do before we start the car? Yeah,
Right? Oh.
oil.
All right. Getting some drippage. That would
Yeah.
not be good.
What are we using here? We've got some Redline 75W140 NS. That's what we were told to use.
The nectar of the transmission gods.
Yep. Let that flow in there. That's good. This video is not sponsored by Valvoline oil, but it's what we're using.
Yep.
Look at our dark additive.
What's
dark
the
addictive?
Dark addictive? Yeah, 3D printed. It locks in. It's pretty fancy. It's vented. It's spiral fluted inside. It really aerates the oil in a way that's good, actually. It lets it breathe as it goes in. You can go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so we put it in first gear and reverse and kind of scooted it back and forward, and the cables needed adjusted, so we got those adjusted, and now it's good to go.
Feels pretty decent. So
Yeah.
oil level's good. Trans fluid is good. Next step is getting them on the road.
Yep, we're gonna take it for a drive.
Awesome.
Smooth move, X-Lax. All right, we're in fourth gear.
Fourth gear.
Yeah.
Things are doing pretty good so far. Little downshift.
Yeah.
Everything feels pretty good. I think we have the shifter cables pretty much where we want them, if not a slight adjustment needed. But overall,
Yep, popped out.
goodness.
Yeah,
so a
slight adjustment.
needed. Other than that, I mean,
No clunking.
no clunking.
So we diagnosed the problem by changing the transmission.
Yeah, I think center diff was a good diagnosis.
I think so.
We put in that 4-spider, so I don't think we're gonna have that problem again. Not with the powers that we're gonna be sitting at with Snoopy.
Right.
I think, you know, the next thing to go definitely is not gonna be the transmission.
No.
I think this is definitely a win.
Yeah, that's good. We're being chased. All right, there it is.
There it is.
Success.
Still breaking it in, but feels perfect.
Yeah, feels really good. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Thanks for watching. And the next time you'll see Snoopy, it's gonna be at the 30th anniversary of the DSM shootout. I don't know how much clearer I could have been about it.
Yeah. Yes, like the Grinch.